into it then. All right, what's going on, Arthur, Brenda, Mr. Chris G, Chris G, you know the weekend's coming up, Chris. Mohammed, Ryan, Sam, Tom. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to do a role play of message negotiations. We're going to do a role play because there is no conversations to critique. So that's what we're going to do. So this is how it works. So guys, I'm going to pretend like I'm the customer. You guys are the phone flippers, and I want you guys to respond line by line how you guys would respond, and we're going to critique everyone's message negotiation skills. The reason we're doing this is because if we can find little things that need to be improved, it's better to have them improved live on the group chat here with us, with me, and get it fixed so when you're talking to a customer, you say the right words to close the deal, right? It's better to mess up on the role play than it is with the customer. You're still going to mess up with the customer. We all mess up with the customers, but hopefully we can tweak a few things to where we can move the learning curve forward a little bit, where when you're in some conversations, you're like, all right, that's what I'm supposed to say. And then it's good because I can tweak everyone's lines and make sure everyone's saying like the best stuff possible. So let's go ahead and get right to it. We're going to move that right there. We're going to go right here. We're going to type this out. So someone tell me which platform we should be on. Which platform should this lead be coming from? Just let me know in the chat which would be a good platform to have this lead coming from. All right, coming from Marketplace. So I'm going to reach out to you guys and I'm going to say, hi, is this item still available? Now I need to know what we are going to say. So I'm going to be the customer. You guys are going to be the phone flippers. I said, hi, is this item available? I need to know what the next line we're going to say is. So let's see the responses. I need everyone participating. Everyone participating. I need everyone participating, even if you're not sure what to say. That way we can get everyone saying the perfect thing every single time. So when we're dealing with these customers, we got the right stuff to say. So let's see. Let's see who chimed in first. Ryan says, yes, have something to sell. Yes, have something for sale. What do you have for sale, says Brenda. Yes, what do you have, says Tom. Yes, what do you have for sale? Yes, looking to sell something. So, you guys all pretty much nailed it. Of course, what we're going to do is we always assume that the customer has something for sale. Every now and then I get someone and they say, Aaron, I get these messages where the customer thinks that I have an item for sale, and they message me saying, is this item still available? And the reason that they say this, guys, of course, is because on Marketplace, when someone is looking to buy an item or they see your item, there's pre-scripted buttons they can press. So they can just press a button that says, hi, is this item still available? We always assume that means that they have an item that they're interested in selling until proven otherwise. Because a lot of times they do have an item, they just don't want to type it out, they just want to send a canned response because people usually do the least amount of work. So I always like to say yes. They're kind of asking a question and I'm saying yes. So we always like to say yes. What do you have for sale? And of course, just like you guys did, we are always going to assume that they have something for sale, and we're going to always lead by asking questions. Now, is this proper English? Hi, is this item available? Yes, what do you have for sale? It's not proper English, but you don't have to have proper English to make the deal. This is what we do because we're going to acknowledge, we're going to say yes to them, and then we're going to take charge of the conversation and ask what they have for sale. Trung, we don't want to say everything that you buy. There's no need to list everything that you buy. It's like a little bit too much. It's talking too much. they message you. They're obviously, they wouldn't message you unless they have an item for sale or they think you're buying the item, but we're going to assume that they have an item for sale because it wouldn't make a good group chat if I said, yes, how much is the iPhone 7? So we already assume they have something for sale, so we can leave out, yes, I buy all those things. We can leave all that out because they're only messaging us because they have something for sale. We want to keep everything short, simple, and right to the point. What's up, Annie? So customer says, yeah, iPhone 7 Plus. How much? So the customer says, you said, yeah, what do you have for sale? Customer says, yeah, iPhone 7 Plus, how much? And well, we're going to go ahead and look at the tone of the customer. Customer's kind of getting right to the point. Customer's kind of antsy, wants a price right away. So what are we going to say in response to this? Oh, guys, we're about to throw a curveball. Sam says, any problems with it? Chris G says, any problems with it? Andy says, any problems with it? Brenda says, awesome. Any problems with it? Are there any scratches, cracks, or other problems with the device? Cool. Any problems with it? So, all good things. I like all those things, except we kind of want to just get right to the point. Okay, cool. Any problems with it? I like what Tom said. Now let's go over something kind of advanced. If we were to kind of get over something kind of advanced. So there are words that have a lot of energy, right? Like fantastic has a lot of energy. Awesome has a fair amount of energy. There's a fair amount of energy, right? Like awesome, that's pretty cool, right? Whenever I'm at the restaurant and the server brings out the food, I'm pretty excited. I'm like, fantastic. Then there's things that have a little bit less energy. Okay, great. Okay, cool, but they're still pretty positive. So if any of you guys want to know a pro tip that I've just started doing, when the customer is kind of more right to the point, I use more okay cools and okay greats. If the customer maybe puts a smiley face or an exclamation mark or they have a lot of energy, then I'll use more awesomes and fantastics because I probably won't use fantastic, but I'll use one or two awesomes because it's reflective more of the energy that the customer has. So give me like a 1 in the chat if that kind of makes sense. So because this guy's kind of, yeah, iPhone 7, how much? And he's kind of bland and right to the point, I'm going to use okay cools. Now, okay, guys, if you use an awesome, it's going to be absolute. Oh, let me move the speaker closer. Okay, if we use an awesome, that's still fine. We're still going to get the deal. It's not like that's going to hurt you. I'm just kind of wanting to teach you guys like super advanced stuff. So, you guys know the super advanced stuff. So I would say, okay, cool. Any problems with it? Now, remember, guys, people have a 7-second attention span, and people do the least amount of like work as possible. And people want to read on average the least amount. So I wouldn't say we wouldn't want to say like, you could say any problems with it, cracks, scratches, locks, or cracks, scratches, or other problems, but I just keep them more right to the point. All right, cool. Any problems with it? Okay, cool. Any issues with it? Issues is good. Problems are good. If it's got an iCloud lock, that's a fucking issue. If it's got a crack on the back, that's an issue, right? If it's, I don't know, whatever it is, that's usually an issue that would be brought out. Now you'd say, Aaron, I kind of want to say it. I mean, go ahead and experiment with it, but just know the more words you say, and then if you say any problems with it, we want to make it one sentence. Like if you wanted to say that, okay, cool. Any problems with it, like cracks or locks, we'd want to make it one thing. We'd want to make it one sentence. When you start saying 2 questions in one sentence, it's like that throws people off. Okay, cool. Any problems with it? Cracks or cracks, or is it finance? Now it's like you ask the question and you ask another question, and you never want to do that because that throws people off. Whenever I'm like selling someone like over the phone, I'll ask like one question and then I'll shut up. I'll ask like one question and then I'll shut up. I don't want to talk too much. I don't care about talking too much. I want to talk, usually I want to talk the least amount as possible because I'm trying to talk to the customer like they're a third grader, right, on the third grade reading level. So, okay, Prul, any problems with it? Customer? None at all. It's just very cracked on the screen. Ooh, guys, I threw a curveball we just threw a curveball. And you guys have all had this happen, right? Where they say, nope, none at all, except it's cracked on the front and the back, and the phone's falling, and the home button's falling off. Brenda's like, yes, Aaron, I have had that happen before. So I need to know what we're going to say to this. I need to know what we're going to say to this. Dang, Sam's over here just cleaning up. No wonder Sam has gone from getting 1 to 2 phones a day, from getting 1 to 2 phones a week to 2 to 4 phones a day. So guys, because it's a cracked screen, we still got to make sure that there's no other, that the LCD and the digitizer are good, right? Because it's cracked, there's a big difference between a cracked phone and a cracked phone that has ink spots, that's the LCD, or where you can't move throughout the phone, that's a bad digitizer. Those are big separate issues. So as Sam would say, I'd say exactly what Sam said. No worries. Any black spots or lines on the screen? Customer says, no, it still functions good. Ryan says, can you still move throughout the screen even though it's cracked? And that's a good question to ask too, because it's kind of, if it's really cracked, we got to work on both those issues. I like to ask about the LCD first, and then I like to ask about the digitizer, but either or is perfectly fine. And we're going to say, we're going to make the customer, well, let's see. No, it still functions good. No, it still functions good. It's just cracked all over. No, and it still functions good. It just cracked all over. Now, what are we going to say next? This is I'm going to see what you guys say next. What are we going to say next? This is an advanced scenario. I want to know what we're going to say next, because there's a certain rule that we go off of with certain things here. I don't want to say too much, though. I want to see what the team says. I want to see what the team says. I want to see what the team says. So what are we going to say next? I'm not sure. All right, guys. So one of the rules that let's go ahead and look at everything real quick. So as you guys know, we got the W, we got the O, we got the C, we got the M, we got the, did I mess it up? R, W, O, C, M. Okay. So the customer reaches out to us. Then we figure out what they have. Then we make them an offer. Then we close the deal, and then we go for the meetup. We know that there's a certain momentum that's built up as we go through each one of these, right? So the quicker and more effectively we can get through these, we can go from the R to the W to the O, et cetera, the faster we close, there's a higher chance of the deal closing because we are moving through the sales process. The customer wants us to move the sales process. They want us to take charge of the conversation and close the deal. That's what they want. So, like, if you start to linger around the W phase too much, you will get customers that get pissed off at you because you didn't make an offer. How do I know this? Because way back in the day when I got started, I would be too nervous to make an offer. So I would ask them, like, what company it's with, and if it had any issues. And then I'd ask them some silly questions like, you still got the original box? How many days is left on the warranty? Does it come with the original charger? If you were to guess, what percent of the battery still works? And I found that when I asked too many questions here, they would start to get mad at me. And by the time I would make an offer, before when they would probably accept it, now they're pissed off because I wasted their time asking them a bunch of stupid questions and I would lose the deal. So what we do here is on the W, we have a 3 questions max rule, where when we land on the W, we're going to ask them 3 questions max before we make an offer. Because we found in going through about 30,000 message negotiations that it's better to ask a few questions here because, you got to ask if it has any problems because that's like a big thing, right? And we're going to try to get as many details as we can. But worst case scenario, we ask 3 questions, we assume the worst, and then we make an offer to move the conversation forward so we keep the momentum going. So if I have to ask 3 questions here and I don't have the company name, I assume once I've asked my 3rd question in the W, I just make an offer. That way I'm making an offer, I'm not stalling, I'm moving the conversation forward, and by following this rule, it will help you by making offers. One of the things that keep a lot of beginner phone flippers trapped is they're afraid to make the offer because they're afraid to put themselves out there and get rejected. So following this rule forces you to ask a few questions and make the freaking offer. So let's see. We asked 1 question. What do you have for sale? Any problems with it? 2nd question. We asked the 3rd question. No worries, any ink spots or lines on the screen. So now I'm going to assume that it's a 7+ cracked screen, right? We got to be we're always paying attention to what the customer says and only saying stuff that's relevant. Like it wouldn't make sense to ask if the back is cracked because it's a 7+ and 7+s don't have cracked backs. So we always want to be paying attention to what the customer says and remembering the conversation. We did a message negotiation a couple months ago, and the guy said the phone was sealed. And then the phone flipper was like, all right, great. Is there any problems with it? And the guy was like, no, because like I just said, the phone is sealed. So it's important to be thinking and paying attention and remembering everything they say. Because if you ever say anything that doesn't make sense, it's going to make it look like you're not professional. It's just like if you're at the, you're at the restaurant and the server's like, hey, what kind of dressing would you like with your salad? And then you're like, yeah, I'd like some ranch. And is there any way I could get extra ranch? I just really like ranch. And the server's like, all right. Well, what kind of dressing do you want with the salad? That one thing the server said might aggravate you a little bit. Because, didn't you just hear? I kind of want some ranch. I kind of want some ranch, right? I want some ranch. I want the hot cocoa, not the chocolate. That's right. So we're going to appraise this as Sprint Bad IMEI, and we're going to make an offer. Okay, great. I can give you 400 for it. Okay, well, maybe we're going to give them 100. This might be more realistic. And, of course, the offer, we're going to have something positive. We're going to have I, we're going to have you, we're going to have the price, and we're going to have it. The offer always has these 4 things. Everyone here did this correct. So no need to talk about that. But, yes, of course, when we make an offer, and what's the other benefit of when we make an offer like this? It shows you're fully committed, right? So imagine you make an offer and you're like $100. The prospect is going to be like, are you offering to give me $100? Is that an offer? I feel like you're not even really caring about what I have because you didn't even make a proper offer. Our job as phone flipping professionals is to be fully invested in the conversation, be fully invested in the negotiating, but not be needy at all. So we're not needy, but we're fully invested in there. We're showing intent, but we're fully invested. All right, so we make the offer. Oh, boy. Hope you guys are ready. Customer says, LOL. Have a nice day. So you said, okay, great. I can give you 100 for it. and the customer says, LOL, have a nice day. I need to know what we're going to say. What are we going to say next? And I need to make sure everyone's on the same page with this, so I'm just going to shut up for about a minute and see what people say. All right. All right. All right. Got a response from Mr. Superman. Got a response from Mr. Michael Lawrence. Got a response from Chris Shee way out in Atlanta. Got a response from Andy Zimmerman. Oh, you guys are kind of smart. Sounds to me like you guys know what you guys are doing. You guys are like, well, Aaron, it's because I come on these group chats, and you do say the same thing on every group chat. All right, Tom. Okay. So I'm glad we did this, because we're going to get everyone on the same page. So let's talk about the 3 levels. The 3 levels. After you make the first offer, if they say no, they fall into one of 3 levels. Someone tell me what the first level is. What's the first level? They fall into one of 3 levels. And it's important to know which level they fall into, because each level has another script. That's right. Still interested, not offended in the convo. A level 1 person is someone that's still interested, not offended in the combo. They're going to say something along the lines of, could you do any more? I got the box for it too. Then a level 2 person is someone that's a little offended by the convo. Sorry, little offended by the offer. Still in the convo a bit, but starting to leave the convo. They're going to say something along the lines of, I appreciate the offer, but I'm good. Thanks anyway. And then a level 3 person is pissed off and offended by your offer, and they are exiting the conversation. They're going to say something along the lines of, LOL, have a nice day. Now, let's look at the 3 levels. And as I read the person's response, I want you guys to feel where the person's coming from emotionally. I want you to feel the person's emotions. Where are they? How are they feeling? Are they happy with our offer? Or are they starting to exit the conversation? And the reason this is so important, and the 3 levels is like a big breakthrough that I guess I came up with it about 10 weeks ago now, and it really helps bring people back into the conversation, because it doesn't matter how good your counter offers are. It doesn't matter when you tell them you can meet them today with cash. None of that stuff matters if they are starting to exit the convo mentally and pay less attention to you. None of that matters. You guys understand this? If they're starting to leave the conversation, we actually have to do things to bring them back into the conversation first and foremost before we even have the opportunity to make counter offers. Because if they're exiting the conversation and we make counter offers, they're not going to care. And this is let me explain it to you. So a phone flipper that's not following the 3 levels, and the customer says, LOL, that's kind of low, thanks anyway. The phone flipper is going to say, well, how much were you looking to get for it? And what's the customer going to say? What will the customer say when the customer is a level 2 to 3 and you respond to them like a level 1 or not even a level 1? The customer is going to say, Let me know in the chat. What's the customer going to say? That's right, Michael. Ding, 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 ding. They're going to say, no thanks, I was just looking around. Okay? Has anyone had this happen? Customer says, LOL, thanks. That's kind of low. Have a good day. And you say, well, how much were you looking to get for it? And the customer says, no thanks, I'm just looking around. I'm just looking around. I'll keep it. This ever happen to anyone here? Happens to a lot of phone flippers before they get to 3 levels. And what happened was we just lost the deal. We just lost the deal. The correct thing to do in this situation is to figure out which is to bring them back into the conversation, get them re-engaged, so you have the opportunity to start making counteroffers. You have to re-engage them, bring them back and get their attention before we even have the opportunity to make a counteroffer. The 3 levels fixes this. And this is why when I came up with this and I taught it to everyone, about 10 weeks ago, and the people that applied it and started using it started being able to re-engage customers. And once you re-engage a customer, you can start to get them down in price. If you don't believe me, go look at the conversations that have just been posted in the group in the last couple days. You'll see conversations of me doing it. You'll see conversations of other members doing it because this shit works, and it works really well. Now, the trick behind the 3 levels is each level has a different script. Because a person that's a level 1 that says, could you do any more? I have the box for it too. They're still fairly invested in the conversation. So we say, you have a great phone. How much were you looking to get for it? This is all we have to say. Because they're invested in the combo, we didn't really offend them. A person that's a level 2 that says, I appreciate the offer, but I'm good, thanks anyway, they're kind of starting to pull out of the conversation. We have to re-engage them and pull them back into the conversation by showing intent. We use 2 lines of intent, asking what they want for the phone. You have a great phone, and to be honest, I need more 7 pluses. How much were you looking to get for it? Now let's talk about why this works. If they say, I appreciate the offer, but I'm good, thanks anyway, can you feel how someone that says that is kind of starting to leave the convo? They're leaving it because they feel like it's kind of a low ball a little bit, and when they feel that way, they mentally start to check out. They're halfway out the door. Thank you, Sam. So we got to suck up to them and let them know that we really want to earn their business to re-engage them. So we do that by doing 2 lines of intent. If you don't know what 2 lines of intent are, you might want to go in the back office and go through the first. There's like 4. I rated everything where it's like the script, and then you'll see it, the 4 parts. You'll definitely want to go through that. 2 lines of an intent and asking them how much they're looking to get for it. What's this do? Because we're sucking up to them a little bit more, it re-engages them, and then a lot of time you get an offer. Now, if they're a level 3 and they're pissed off, offended by your offer, and they're exiting the combo, they say, LOL, have a nice day. There's 2. Now we got an uphill battle. They're pissed off, they're offended, and they're done with you. They're leaving the convo. So we got to re-engage them. And the level 2 has 2 different parts. The first part is where we say, oh, I'm sorry. You said it was a 7 plus, right? Let's see who got this one correct. Very good, Chris Chi. Very good. Very good, Michael. Very good, Sam. Very good, Andy. And when we say the word oh, we're going to have a few O's. Because it has to make it look like we made a mistake and we're catching it in real time. Oh, I'm sorry. You said it was a 7 plus, right? Them. Now, what else is this? What type of question is this? What type of question is this? Thank you, Brenda. Ooh, Brenda. All right. That's right. Tie-down question. So The reason that we do this and the reason that I created this subscript for a level 3 is the easiest way to get them to respond is to ask a tie-down question. So you make it seem like you made a mistake by blaming it on you, which totally, when you blame it on you, it takes all the tension and it makes them think, oh, hold on now. This person made a mistake. And then negative energy they feel and how they're pretty much done responding to you, it cuts that and it instantly pulls them back into the conversation. And it gets them to respond, right? The reason I would never put like a question where it would be like an open-ended question where they have to actually say something. Like, oh, I'm sorry, what company is it with? That's too much. Where they're at right now, we need to like alleviate all the negative feelings and ask the most easiest, simplest question for them to respond to, which is a tie-down. And they would say yes. And then what do we say yes? After they say yes, what's the second part of a level 3? Let's see who knows this. Nobody? The second part of a level 3? iPhone X is cracked. How much? Oh, that man can meet me real soon. Ryan says, my mistake. I must have read that wrong. Guys, give me 1 sec. I got to send over a quote. I already know it's 300. And then we're on 300, 360, 360. Oh, no. Fucking sorry. That is 400 minus. So that's still 300. 300. Can we do 5? All right. So we're going to say, let's see. Sorry about that. I read that wrong. So you're blaming it on them. Then, let's see what we got. So Ryan says, my mistake. I must have read that wrong. Okay, not bad. All right, sorry about that. I read that wrong. You have a great phone, and to be honest, I need more 7+. So Ryan, we can't just use one line of intent. They're so far out the door, it has to be 2 lines of intent. It has to be 2 lines of intent every single time. Michael said, sorry, my mistake. You have a great phone, and I'd love to buy it. So, Michael, what you said is you have a great phone, and I want to buy it. That part's correct. What you said is I need to make a little profit. Don't worry about that. And then you said, would you do any less if I made it today with cash? That doesn't make any sense because we haven't gotten a dollar amount from them. They haven't told us what they want for their phone. So that doesn't make sense at all. That would make sense if we had a dollar amount from them, but we don't have a dollar amount from them. And I think a couple other people did this too. So it's not just you, but everything kind of needs to make sense. No worries. Let's see. Okay, not sure. So, okay, sorry about that. I read that wrong. You have a great phone, and I actually need more 7+. How much were you looking to get for it? Okay? So this is how we say it. This is how it needs to be said every single time. It needs to be said this way every single time. I'm sorry. You said it was a 7+, right? That's the first part. They'll say yes. Then it's, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. You blame it on yourself. Then 2 lines of intent. And ask them how much they were looking to get for it. Sorry about that. I read that wrong. You have a great phone, and I actually need more 7+. How much were you looking to get for it? And then they'll say a price. $280. And then once they say a price, you're good. Once they say a price, you've successfully passed the 3 levels because you've successfully re-engaged them back into the conversation. Why is it so important? Why is it when you've gotten a dollar amount from them, what's that signify? What's that mean? That's right. You've re-engaged them in the conversation. Because a person will not go into their brain and think about how much they want and type it out to you if you haven't effectively re-engaged them. How do you know? Because they'll say stuff like this. You'll ask them what they're looking to get for it, and they won't give you a dollar amount because they're already out of the conversation. They'll say, thanks, I'm just thinking about it, right? When they give you a dollar amount, they're back into the conversation. They're at least like a level 2, and now you can start negotiating. So we're going to stop here real quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another little role play. We're going to do another little role play. So I need to make sure everyone here has got these 3 levels down. So I have an iPhone 8 Plus, iPhone 8 Plus in mint condition. How much? Us. We say, any problems? Oh, no, we would never say that because they said it's in mint condition. That'd be kind of stupid. Okay, great. Which company is it with? Them. Sprint. Customer says, sorry, we say, okay, cool. I can give you $250 for it. Them. So I'm going to quiz you guys. We're going to do some quizzes right now. Customer says, a little low. That seems a little low. I think I'll just keep it. Thanks anyway. Out of what we just went over, tell me which level this person is and what's their proper response based on that level. Okay? I absolutely agree with you guys. I would say that person's a 2. Now, what's the exact response we're going to say to them? Guys, you guys should have this off the back of your hand. Why should you know this like the back of your hand? Because when you're putting up all the leads, when you're putting up ads correctly, you're going to be getting 25 to 35 leads a day. And out of the 25 to 35 leads a day, the majority of them are not going to accept your offer, which means you're going to have like 15 to 20 people a day that are going to fall into the 3 levels. You guys should have this stuff down. I mean, it should be saved to your phone. There should be scripts already in place. You guys should have these levels down. You are losing a ton of money if you don't have these levels down and not saying the correct levels because you're mismatching it or you're saying the wrong stuff and you're losing deals all day long. There's no reason not to lose deals with this. It's copy and because it's all copy and paste verbiage. You guys understand that, right? I'm not saying read this book and try this out over 10,000 message negotiations and figure it out. I'm saying use these levels to get you 95% of the way there. And then using all the other negotiating stuff and the mirroring that we talk about and all that other good stuff, that will close the other 5%. You have a great phone, and to be honest, I need more XXs. You have a great phone, and to be honest, I need more XXs. Sam says, you have a great phone, and to be honest, I need more 7 Plus. How much were you looking to get for it? It's a great phone, and to be honest, I need more iPhone 8s. How much were you looking to get for it? How much were you looking to get for it? All right, perfect. So I see you combined the first 2, Chris. No problem. Fantastic, Sam. That is great. Yeah, keep it up, Sam. Sam's like the student I like to brag about now. So you guys are absolutely right. We're going to do 2 lines of intent followed by soft offer. What's a line of intent? Line of intent is you have a great phone. To be honest, I need more XX Maxes. To be honest, I used a good one the other day. I was like, you have a great phone. And the 7 Pluses are actually the fastest selling phones that we sell right now. How much were you looking to get for it? Or something like that. This is something like that. It was good. So 2 lines of intent followed by the soft offer. All right. So that would be, you have a great phone. And to be honest, I need more 7 Pluses. How much were you looking to get for it? Or whatever the phone was, right? We don't care. Then, all right, now another situation. I have an iPhone 8 Plus, mint condition. How much? Okay, great. Which company? It's with Sprint. Us. Okay, cool. I can give you $250 for it. Could you do a little more? It's just I have rent that is due. All right, what level? Got a response from Michael, Sam, Brenda, Ryan, Tom. Uno. They're level 1. Could you do a little bit more? It's just I have rent that's due. They're fully invested in the combo. They're almost making up an excuse to try to get you to pay more. They're fully invested. They are a level 1. What are we going to say to a level 1? Ooh, guys, I'm getting hungry. All right, guys, hold on now. Stay with me, guys. I want you guys to read this combo. We're going to put a little spacer. I'm going to pretend like you guys didn't send me those answers. The customer says they have an iPhone 8 Plus. In Sprint, in mint condition, how much? We said, okay, great. Which company is it with? Customer said Sprint. We said, all right, cool. I can give you $250 for it. They said, could you do a little bit more? It's just that I have rent that's due. What response are we going to say? You guys told me they're a level 1. They're a level 1. There's a standard line we send when they're a level 1. Don't think, send the line. Thank you. There it is. Now we're getting somewhere. It's a great phone. How much were you looking to get for it? That's it. I copy it right from Brenda. It's a great phone. How much were you looking to get for it? It wouldn't make sense to say, now let's look at some of these. I want you guys to say, meet in the middle at something, you have a deal. It wouldn't make sense to say that because we haven't gotten to that point yet. We don't know what they want. And we wouldn't say, all right, I totally understand. It's a great phone. I could see that, Ryan. All right. We wouldn't say, you have a great phone. It's just that I buy and sell and need to make a little profit. Guys, the phrase buy and sell and need to make a little profit, that's an excuse. An excuse goes into the 4 parts of an effective counteroffer. We will never use the 4 parts of an effective counteroffer till we're counteroffering the prospect. And the only way we can counteroffer the prospect is when the prospect gives us a dollar amount of what they want for their phone, which means we have to get the dollar amount for their phone. You guys with me on this? All right. It's a great phone, and it's totally cool, Christian. This is why we do this on the group chat, because I've seen conversations where people will be saying some silly stuff like that, and I'm like, the customer hasn't said anything, it's got to make sense. But that's okay. It's no problem. You guys are learning the skill. And I'll tell you guys the benefit. When you guys get good at this, I'm gonna give you guys a pro tip. Once you guys stay with this and you get really good at message negotiation, you will be able to sell anything. Because message negotiation is like the most finite thing where it has, if you mess up, it shows the most. So like before this, I had a job at AT&T. I was averaging $25 an hour with commission, okay? There are people, guys, that go to school for like 4 years to get a job hoping to make $25 an hour. I was averaging that without a degree because when you get good at selling, you can apply this to anything. Like you guys understand that, right? If you guys got really good at phone flipping, which maybe you might not get a job because you're making $100 grand a year in profit phone flipping, working 25 fucking hours a week. But if you wanted to, it's nice knowing that you could go get a job in sales without any degree, and just because you know this stuff, you would be able to use these things, selling and negotiating strategies in any other field, and make 25 bucks an hour and make 50 plus grand a year. It's a really nice thing. It's really nice when you can do that because these selling and negotiating strategies you can take anywhere. And like when you get really good at message negotiation, it's like the phone is even easier. Face-to-face selling is even easier. Now, there might be like some different rules and stuff, but you're going to be like 85 to 90% of the way there with this stuff, which is really cool. Anyway, getting back on track, a level 1 is it's a great phone. How much were you looking to get for it? All right, now we're going to do one more. We're going to recap. I have an iPhone 8 Plus, mint condition. How much? Them. Okay, great. Which company is it with? They said Sprint. You said, all right, cool. I can give you $250 for it. They said, I will throw it out the window and do a somersault. Oh, damn. You guys already know what level it is. And shit, I write 2 words. You guys already know what level it is. What's going on here? God dang. I will throw it out the window and do a somersault back to 1988 before I sell it for that price. All right, so they're level 3. So what is the first response, part 1, that we're going to send to them? Everyone said 3. All right, I need the response. So part 1, the first response of level 3. Everyone needs to get this right because we just went over it. And I know you guys are paying full attention in this group chat so you can absorb this, and you don't like have the group chat open in one tab and are scrolling through Facebook or Instagram on another tab, because that wouldn't make any sense, because then your attention would be divided and you wouldn't be absorbing as much of the information as you should. So I know that's not the case. All right. Thank you. Beautiful. All right. Perfect. So I'm just going to copy what Michael said because I like the O. Perfect. Them. Yes. All right. What's part 2 of level 3? You guys all did that correct. That's right. Or unless you're watching 2 group chats at once. That's cool too, because I know David's doing his. I need the full response of part 2. Okay, there it is. So Sam might be the only one that got this right, which may be the reason Sam went from getting 1 to 2 phones a week to 2 to 4 phones a day. So it's, okay, sorry about that. I read that wrong. I read that wrong. So the first part 2, the first part of part 2 is you say, okay, sorry about that. I read that wrong. You have to explain why you made the mistake. You got to justify it. I read that wrong. Okay, sorry about that. I read that wrong. Then you're going to use 2 lines of intent. It's a great phone, and to be honest, I need more 7 pluses. How much were you looking to get for it? So, okay, sorry about that. I read that wrong. You blame it on you, and you make it seem like you're just reading this in real time. It's a great phone, and to be honest, I need more 7 pluses. 2 lines of intent. How much were you looking to get for it? I want everyone here to write out the second part of level 2. The second part 2 of level 3. So I want everyone to write it out. That's right. Okay? And you could mix it. You could say, oh, okay, sorry about that. That's my mistake. I read that wrong. So you could say it's your mistake. Christian said, my fault. I didn't read that right. That's totally cool, too. All that stuff works for this part in the middle. Oh, okay, sorry about that. I didn't read that right. All those things work here. But then it needs to have 2 lines of intent and asking what they're trying to get for it. So you don't have to do, okay, the same. I mean, it doesn't hurt. You could just copy and save this in a note file like in your phone. And, you could just, like, copy and paste it every single time, if you wanted to, okay? Perfect. Brenda says, oh, okay, sorry about that. I read that wrong. Perfect, fantastic. Tom says, I don't want to lie if I read that right. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. Blame it on, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure out that part. Oh, you can say, okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I actually read that a little, I read that too fast. I don't know. I like to say I read that wrong. This is just what I say, okay? Then you'll get a dollar amount from them, 500. And then we go into the 4 parts of an effective counteroffer, which would be next. 400. So what would be the response to this? They say 400, 500. Then what would be the response? Damn. Look at Sam. 10 out of 10. Sam gets 10 out of 10, a big gold star today. No problem. Send it on out. They say the price, and what's the next thing we say? And guys, I got to go here in 2 minutes. We're going to do this super fast. And we're going to go in 2 minutes. And guys, I'm getting hungry. But I'm not going for the food. So guys, whenever they give us a dollar amount, they've successfully graduated and passed the 3 levels. All right. Well, Dave gets a gold star for being longer than me already. The 3 levels. After they pass the 3 levels, we go into, then we go to the 4 parts of an effective counteroffer, which is 1, intent, 2, excuse, 3, the offer, 4, benefits. Looks like this. You have a great phone, intent. It's just because I buy and sell for a living and need to make a little profit. Excuse. Would you do any less? Soft offer if I made a day with cash. That's how we do that around there. So after the 3 levels, so how this works, guys, is you make offer. If they say no, go to 3 levels. You know they passed the 3 levels when you got dollar amount from them that they want. And then as soon as you've gotten a dollar amount, the next thing is the 4 parts of an effective counteroffer. That's how we do it. Pretty simple. All copy and paste, baby. So that's what I got for you guys. That's everything summed up in a nutshell. But this was good. We went over some stuff. I'm glad we took a little time and we really dug into the 3 levels and we did some role playing on that. Because I want to make sure everything's good with that. Because when you guys get good with this, well, you see Sam, 1 to 2 phones a week, he gets 2 to 4 phones a day now. 2 to 4 phones a day now, guys, is usually over $1,000 a week in profit. Over $1,000 a week in profit is like $52,000 plus a year in profit. That's like what the average family makes in a year. And Sam's, my guess is on track to make that or more, being, doing phone flipping. Yes. Ulysses says, max number of paid ads on Craigslist per account. Can't help you with that, Ulysses, because I've never done paid ads on Craigslist, but I'd post in both groups and get some feedback or try it out and experiment. Sam, $1,000 profit 2 weeks. Not bad, not bad. But good seeing you too, Ulysses, as always. All right, guys, I'm going to go grab this last item, and then I'm going to list. You guys saw those things I picked up, right? Look at all those things right there. Oh, shit. Your boy Ghosting's got the full suite. And those are stacks. I got 3 stacked on top of each other because I was running out of room. All right, you guys have a great day. It was great seeing you guys as always. Go out there, kick some butt, make some money, and flip some phones.